Another one? What's with these guys?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Red United TV. It's your boy Avorin Spicer. We are back at again with another podcast. Yes, it's your weekly Manchester United podcast. Yes, after a humiliating defeat from newly promoted side Hull City, we are here to discuss this in full, including Baleba's transfer, how close it is, and of course, Michael Carrick himself. After a 2-0 defeat to Hull, we are here scratching our heads wondering what the hell happened to Manchester United? How did we end up losing to Hull in the opening fixture of the Premier League while other teams like, for example, Arsenal and Manchester City get their 3 points? We are here after game 1 of the Premier League with 0 points. Indeed, but Baleba is there to discuss as Manchester United have agreed a deal to sign Baleba. He was meant to have his medical on Saturday during the match or after the match against Hull. We was expecting some news of Baleba have signed. There were rumors that he will be wearing number 20 jersey. We shall find out. I'm hoping while we are live, we get the complete transfer of Baleba to Manchester United. But there is so much work to be done after witnessing what we saw on Saturday against Hull. So we need signings, and I don't know why Manchester United haven't signed more than what they were expected, what they should have signed. 2 signings in the first team is not enough. Bringing in Talisman and Andres Santos is not enough. We need a left back. We need a centre back because they got exposed. We need a striker and a left winger because they got exposed. I can't believe I saw Marcus Rashford return back. Actually, I can believe it because we all knew that was going to happen. But guys, sit back. We will be joined by Mook and Jerome during the show, but you got me to kick it off. Smash that like button, guys. Of course, share across all social media platforms. Become a member of Red United TV by clicking on the join button to support. Select the perk that suits you. And of course, follow Red United TV across all social media platforms as we continue. Throw your comments as well. Big up Monzi as well. You saw that game against Hull. Like to get your thoughts against Hull. How did Manchester United do? Is Michael Carrick the right man? First of all, let's get straight into it because I'm not here to waste your time. Let's go straight into that game against Hull so we can pick it up in full. For those who haven't watched the match reaction, make sure you watch the match reaction as well. But it is one humiliating, embarrassing result. Yeah. Amuka just joined us. Let me just bring him into the fold as we wait for Jerome as well. Amuk, if you want to lower down your camera a little bit because you're looking a bit too short there, my brother, and you're on mute as well, just to let you know. But smash that like button, guys. Let's crack it in because, of course, it is Hull 2, Manchester United 0. Manchester United getting an embarrassment, a wake-up call in the first game of the season. I was here last week with the man them and I told them, bruh, I don't know about this Hull. Everyone was optimistic, saying that it's going to be an easy 3 points against Hull. And I was like, I don't know. From what I've seen in preseason and Michael Carrick, I'm questioning, what are we? Who am I? If you ever watched that film, who am I? That's what the Bourne Ultimatum, that's what we are. We don't know who we are. We don't have identity under Michael Carrick, and it was there to be exposed against Hull FC. And Mark, I'm going to let you start kick off and let me know what your thoughts of the game against Hull as Manchester United got beaten and embarrassed by Hull City 2-0.
It was quite disappointing, though. But one thing I like the reference you made, the Bourne Ultimatum. It's the perfect description. Like, it makes sense, though. Like, literally. But to be honest with you, I think I could say I'm a little bit conflicted between two things. I don't know if I'm too disappointed or to accept that there's a lot of work that needs to be done at this club. It's like he's starting back from scratch. It's just the basics. The basics. We did not show anything on the opening day against the team that just started their journey back into the Premier League for how many years since they got sent back to the conference, the league below or whatever it is. It was just disappointing. Like, literally, I'm so pissed off. Like, I sat here excited because I remember I gave the biggest scoreline. I said either 3-1 or 4-1. I said we're gonna have a smash because I remember I did say we don't keep clean shit. So I've always been skeptical about how we play because I know the defense gets shaky, and if a team that plays with proper coordination and structure, we're easy to score goals against. We've seen it this weekend. If any team that play with proper coordination and structure, forget how you build. But when you get to that final third, they didn't know what to do. They just said they had determination to play against Manchester United in this game. And I don't even want to start calling out names because I know we got agenda to talk about or go too much. But it was just very disappointing. As much as I would say I like Carrick, he needs to question himself and question the players too. If I was Michael Carrick, everyone could give me an explanation of what happened that day. I understand it's football. Things don't always go your way. It's the first game of the season. As a manager, you're allowed to bench any individual from the squad to the end of the season after that first game. The only person that I removed was the keeper, or the people I removed is the keeper and the Mbeumo. Because the Mbeumo was running, he was defending, coming forward, it was all over the pitch for us with no coordination, no structure. It's just disappointing.
100. I understand that. Me as well. Let me get my thoughts on the game. If you guys already heard, I like to say I was surprised, but I'm not surprised because I was expecting Manchester United to have a tough game against Hull, a newly promoted team away from home. But Manchester United, I saw it coming against AC Milan. I saw the football. I saw the style against Leeds. We struggled against Wrexham as well. We lost that game. Obviously, the two games that we won and the draw that we got against PSG, I was questioning the lack of style that I see from this Michael Carrick side of Manchester United. What are we? And it came to fold. Everyone saw it. The manager of Hull City said himself that all he did was watch the last two games and figured Manchester United out just like that. The last two preseason games. Going into that game, Manchester United, what a bad first half. What an absolutely bad first half where Manchester United gave the ball away, struggled to even play as well to get into the rhythm. There were players as well that weren't in that rhythm, such as Talisman, such as Bruno Fernandes himself, were just looking lackluster. The goal that we conceded from set pieces, I understand 2 goals from set pieces, but the first goal we conceded, once again, Harry Maguire. Yeah, people can say, oh, Harry Maguire was one of the best out of the bad bunches. But he was the reason why we conceded the first goal, because he decided to hold on to Mazraoui instead of Ajayi himself. Instead of defending against the opposition, he decided to defend against our own. And this is not the first time I see Maguire do this. He has sabotaged us over the last couple of years, especially when he's been in bad form. And yet again, we start a season where we have Luke Shaw, we have Harry Maguire in centre back. And I'm not thinking, oh, we're not supposed to have some new centre backs by now, fresh start, new season. Like, why didn't the club invest in centre backs? And then we concede the goal, Ajayi, which was about right for them because they're the one that was creating the chances and the opportunities. And then the second goal was all in that first half from another set piece. Just embarrassing at all. Like the whole performance from those boys, and the fact that the goalkeeper of Hull didn't do anything. I said it in my match and he could have had a dinner date with his missus and wouldn't have to lift a finger and tell his babes, hold on, babes, I've got 1 second, I'll be right back. He didn't need to do that. He could have enjoyed a 5-course meal in that goalpost, and had a violin playing there as well and got some flowers, went to Sainsbury's, come back, and still Manchester United haven't done anything against the opposition goal. Yeah, Dogu had an opportunity, but it wasn't good enough. And then one thing I have to say, I still can't believe that we are persisting in playing Patrick Dogu left wing. I thought that was just a temporary thing from last season until we get an actual left winger. It's a poor result for Manchester United. They were toothless up front. In midfield, they didn't win the midfield battle. Defensively, horrible as well. Like those centre backs, and I'm there thinking, I'm questioning Carrick's play for him to decide to play Aiden Heaven. I understand that Lisandro Martinez just come back from injury. He only got about 20, 30 minutes. But who cares? Who cares? Who cares, bruv? I saw Declan Rice, who hasn't played that much football in pre-season, who played the Community Shield for like 20, 30 minutes, get 60 minutes underneath his belt. Yeah, I know that Martinez got toothpick for thighs, but still, you still pull him in, start him against Maguire, not or dump Maguire and play him Aiden Heaven. But I just don't think Aiden Heaven is ready to be in that first team. I'm surprised that Lenny Euro wasn't selected. I don't know what's his issue with Lenny Euro because he's more experienced than Aiden Heaven. It would have been a better partnership if you had someone with a bit more experience, excluding Martinez. But it was disappointing. Big up Jerome as well. Let's get your thoughts on the game against Hull City. 2-0 to Hull City, and an embarrassing result. We was made the laughing stock of the weekend. Apart from Spurs, but we are also with them.
Yeah, big up, bro. Well, you know what? I'm laughing, I'm smiling, but this is smiling of embarrassment because that was a shambles. Look, see Arsenal fan in the background. Yeah, but basically, I started the season with optimism, thinking that United, we're going to do something good this season. We're going to kickstart away at Hull, newly promoted, win 2-3-0, get the season started, get the momentum going, start challenging for the league and all of that. Maybe I was just being deluded. I just got shot straight down to earth because that, I don't know what I was watching, but that wasn't the United that I know. Like, even under Amorim, it weren't that bad. I know people might dispute that, but that weren't that bad under Amorim. Like, it looked like the team didn't have no fitness. It looked like we weren't prepared. Mm-hmm. Like, I think someone said the pressing stats in the WhatsApp group a couple of days ago, and it was shocking. We were at the bottom. Like there's other teams that have had players that have gone to the World Cup and they've come back and they look a lot fitter than us. It looks like what we've been doing all pre-season. But going back to the game, we started slow. I was thinking, obviously, we revamped the midfield with Tielemans and Santos. And to be fair, I thought they played okay. I thought Santos was slightly better than Tielemans. And you'd expect it to be the other way around because Tielemans is the one with the Premier League experience. But obviously, they got hooked up at half time. We didn't really create anything in the first half. And when we conceded the first goal, it just looked like the defense was just all over the place. It was basically a makeshift defense. It was like we said, Lissandro is still injured. Euro, maybe he's not match fit yet. Maybe he's not ready to start yet. So we had to put on Heaven, who's a young prospect, but you kind of think that he's not ready yet, and he's probably someone that you to be relied upon in the future once he gets more experience. And then we're still relying on Maguire, who's got no legs. Obviously, he did all right last season, but obviously it's a year run now. We have to kind of evolve. But it looks like we're going backwards. We're just playing the same players that we did 4 years ago. Like I keep saying, we're going back to 2022 with that defense. So I wasn't surprised with the way that we considered the goals. 2 set pieces, 2-0 down within 38 minutes. Shocking against a team that scraped into the Premier League via the playoffs, conceded 66 goals in the Championship last season, and we didn't even create any chances against them. So it was just getting from bad to worse in the first half. And you was thinking in the second half, we thought we were going to kick on, try and get an early goal, try and come back and do a famous dramatic 3-2 victory. But if anything, we kind of got worse. They had chances to make it 3-0. We took off our 2 new signings, Tielemans and Santos, brought on Rashford. He looked bright, but still didn't do anything. We're just like looking busy for busy's sake. Like nothing was happening. Like we still weren't creating chances. If anything, we were conceding more chances because obviously on Luke Shaw's side, it was just like open season, and it was just shocking. And now I'm just feeling deflated now. We've got Ipswich next Sunday, another newly promoted side, and it's like we had a good, favourable start to the season, and we just haven't taken advantage of it. And a lot needs to be said of what they've been doing in pre-season, like I said earlier, because we've come in unprepared. So I don't know what Carrick's been doing in training for the team to look like they're not ready. Because right now, I think fitness is more important than style at the moment, because this is the start of the season and it kind of needs a few games to get going. But we just look like we're just not even ready for that. We look like we're still in pre-season. So a lot needs to be worked on this week, to put it that way.
Yeah. One thing I have to say, with Lenny Euro, he was involved in the preseason, so I don't know why he decided to go for Aiden Heaven. You know, those times where Lenny Euro himself played right back as well. But one thing I have to say about Michael Carrick was preparation of the preseason. He played a lot of youngsters where you should be focusing on your first 11 and working on your flaws, exactly, because that's what preseason is for, where he decided to play the likes of Tyler, the Fletcher brothers. Where are they? They weren't even in the first team squad, you know. And what's it called? Harry Amas. Where was he? Like all these youngsters that he played during preseason, Lacey was involved in the first in that preseason more than the other youngsters, but he was on the bench. But that was the period where you're supposed to be testing your first team players, giving them minutes, not 45 minutes there and there. Like I don't even remember him playing that many players for full 90 minutes, even when the players from the World Cup came back here. He played 45 minutes Lemens, and I'm there thinking Lemens the goalkeeper. Play him the whole 90 minutes. What was he gonna pull a thigh, a hamstring? Like he's a goalkeeper. Like let him get the minutes that he needs. That there was so much questions I have to say when it came to preseason of the way that we prepared for it. Because if he worked on our flaws, yeah, we wouldn't have not had these problems where a manager from the Championship tells you that, oh, the way I assessed Manchester United was the last 2 games. I saw how exposed they were, and I just went for it. Like I emulated everything that Ruben Amorim did and the Leeds manager did, play 5 at the back and just beat Manchester United. It's an absolute disgrace, man. It's an absolute disgrace. And it's embarrassing that we all go back to work and all that kind of stuff with no 3 points, where everyone else can enjoy themselves and laugh at us once again. And it's just question what the board are thinking, what these football employees that Manchester United employed, like Beretta and Jason Walker, what kind of homework they done during the summer, because the problems were there from last season and the things to address. And it just angers me that we've only signed 2 official players for the first team, because I don't count Dallo and the youngsters that got signed from Tottenham and all that kind of stuff as an actual signing. So yeah, let's get back into the game. Let's talk about the players, especially. Thoughts on Yuri Tielemans' debut before we go to Bruno Fernandes himself, who had a horrible game. To be fair with Tielemans, there were flashes of good things from him, especially in the early minutes where the way he found Bruno Fernandes and over the top, direct passes and etc. But it's just that he looked like he was lacking match fitness. You're right, heavy on touches as well. At times looking stupid, looking lethargic. But again, there is a player there that will have a lot of a good impact for and do well for Manchester United midfield. But it just wasn't. He's there. I don't know whether the shirt was too heavy for him, or just that the pressure of that debut, or his teammates wasn't getting the best out of him. But I thought he had an all right debut, in my opinion. It wasn't the best, but it could be better. But there are positives that I saw from Tielemans' debut.
That's
I
true.
think Tielemans is a good. Oh, sorry, right. Yeah, you can go.
No, Jeremy can go through.
Oh no, just gonna keep it quick. To be fair, I do agree. I think Tielemans is gonna be a good signing, but like you said, it's just match fit. He's just not ready for the start of the season. I think that's what it boils down to. I even saw he had an interview with Rio Ferdinand in pre-season. He said that they weren't even doing running in their preparations. So when I'm seeing that, I'm thinking there's no wonder why they're not match ready, because they haven't did the proper preparations in pre-season. I understand that the circumstances surrounding a lot of the players were heavily involved in the World Cup, so that might have played a part, but you're still expected to do some running, because football, you got to run, isn't it? It's a running sport at the end of the day. So to be saying that you're not doing any running is a bit like, where's your fitness going to come from if you're not doing any running? So that was a bit of a red flag for me. But I think I'm not going to be too harsh on him, because I've seen him. I've seen him for Leicester, and I've seen him for obviously Aston Villa.
Belgium. In Belgium.
Oh yeah, and Belgium. Yeah, in Belgium in the World Cup. Yeah, you got Belgium doing pretty well in the World Cup. He had a good World Cup, so we can see that he's got qualities, and he's got that big game mentality. He played and he scored in the Europa League final for Villa, so he's got some sort of mentality about him. But I think he just needs a bit of time in it to adjust to life at Man United. That's what I think it is, really. And if the whole team is playing shit, it's kind of hard for one person to kind of pick up the momentum. You kind of look for your captain to do that, which we'll get onto, I'm sure. But I'm not going to be too hard on Tielemans. He did okay, like you said, but it's just match sharpness that affected him, in my opinion.
I could say I think it's maybe the World Cup or something. He's not fit, but like Mr. Everyone did say, glimpses were there, like the passing ability, controlling the midfield. Like there's a football that he laid between the middle, and I was like, yeah, but it's just like we're not clinical, like you guys just mentioned before. We all went into this game hoping that we win the game, but the team itself present themselves was a bit disappointing, and I think that tells a lot on new players. Example, Tielemans, he just came into the club. If we were doing better, like I feel like he could have been one person to shine. Like I still think his quality. Like I'm not disappointed that we got him. I know he's gonna give us moments that we're gonna love him forever. But the disappointment that we had from the first game is heavy, and we all allowed to any player that wanted this the team, this the managers. It was just heavy to accept.
100%, man. But yeah, we're moving on from Tielemans. We talk about the captain himself, Bruno Fernandes, who decided to try to find invisible players as well, doing dummies and tricks and etc. When he thought Tielemans will read his game, it's just Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is Bruno Fernandes. You know what? Sometimes I accept who he is, but then sometimes I don't accept who he is. You know, because again, you are one of the senior players, and you should know by now your flaws, and you should have worked on it and perfected your flaws for the fact that you're playing hoofball, you're playing hot potato football all the time. Where we're trying to play possession-based football, control games, and then it's just another bad performance. And I know when the team plays bad, Bruno plays bad. That's one thing about it. It's even worse for him. But he had a horrible performance. Again, giving the ball away, giving the ball to lead to a foul for us to concede the second goal as well. Bruno Fernandes, I understand when people say we need to get rid of him. I understand why people say, oh, we will never win anything major with Bruno Fernandes because of the way he conducts himself on the pitch, the way he plays his football. He's not playing football to drain the midfield and the defense, the strike force and the defense together and glue it from from the double pivot midfield that we have. He just can't orchestrate, and I don't know where they got Bruno the Magnifico from, because he ain't no magician, bro. He ain't no magician. I know he creates opportunities, but he ain't doing that much tricks to me. He's fooling everyone. It's a poor performance from Bruno. I'm tired of that, man. I need to see better from our captain. You know, he needs to be the one that gathers everyone together instead of just freaking moaning all the time and giving the ball away. Bad performance from him. I'm disappointed, as always. What's your thoughts on Bruno's performance?
Jerome?
Yeah, I just see the thing with Bruno. It's like, for me, it just feels like it's kind of getting stale now. You know, like when it's season in, season out, you think, yeah, we got Bruno, he's going to give us GA, he's going to do sooner. But we're not competing for major trophies. So the common denominator is that we need to make some changes, some major changes, like to move forward as a club. And every time I see Bruno play, he might have a good game and get some assists. And then the next game is going to be poor and the team's shambolic and we lose. So there's no consistency, one, with Bruno, and two, he doesn't give us any sort of
cohesion. Jerome, can you, is that you? There's music in the background. And can you
let me see what I can
play my favorite artist.
Yeah, I can't have music on the show.
My favorite artist.
No, it's because of copyrights.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, it's getting turned off.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, as you're saying, Jerome.
Yeah, so when Bruno plays, there's no cohesion in our style of play. So it doesn't matter which manager we bring in, as long as we're playing through Bruno, there's not going to be any style of play. And that's my main concern with Bruno, having Bruno in the team, especially as captain and playing through him. He's definitely got some qualities because we can see that he gets GA and stuff. That's his speciality. But for us to move forward as a club and start competing, we need more than GA. We need to start controlling games. And every time Bruno's playing, we're playing basketball. Like, we're not controlling games. It's just back and forth. And then when we concede goals, then it's panic station, hoof balls, dummies, doing all these silly little things that's disrupting our flow and making other players then play crap. Because it's like the negative energy and the what's that word? The lapse in concentration, the complacency, it just filters throughout the whole team because of not just because of Bruno, but partly because of Bruno. He had a poor game, and his forms continue from the World Cup. He had a poor World Cup, didn't really do anything in the World Cup, and it's carried over. And we were playing all right in pre-season, and as soon as he came back into pre-season, we just started losing games. Like, there's a trend here. It's like, this is not me just picking on Bruno, but I'm just telling you what's actually happening. As soon as he's come back into the side, we're just all over the place. And it's almost like when he comes in and plays, it doesn't, no matter which new midfield we put in, it just kind of has a negative impact on who's playing with him as well. Like, he's played with a lot of different midfielders, and we still haven't got the formula yet. And I just think he's the problem, to be honest. It doesn't seem like anyone in midfield can play with him. My concern is that our new midfield signing is just going to flop because we're still playing through Bruno. He's just affecting the cohesion of the team. But time will tell. But as I said, he was just poor. So many. I think he misplaced the pass and gave the ball away 22 times in that game against Hull, and he didn't come off. The manager kept him on the whole game. That is another thing as well that I've got problems with. If you're playing poorly, you should get taken off. You can't just be playing poorly and staying on the pitch for the whole 90 minutes and affecting the team. Well, that's another topic in itself. But as far as Bruno's performance was concerned, it was very, very poor, and he's going to need to step up big time because how many years has he got left on his contract? There's talk of him getting a new deal. If that happens.
Yeah. I think another year or two. I don't know, a year or two. Like, yeah, but
it
there are
feels
talks
like
of him getting a new deal.
It never ends. When is he going to just have 1 year left so he can get rid? This club, if they give him a contract extension, this club is not going anywhere for the next few years.
I think they will give Bruno Fernandes a contract extension, Jerome. It's never ending. Like, they love him.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You know, there's the fanboys, Bruno fanboys.
Irreplaceable, the captain, and then people are going to still expect us to be competing for major trophies. It's not going to happen.
Do you know why he'll get another? Because he's good at scamming people. He scams a lot of people, man. He gets GAs, the goals and assists that he provides, but people forget because the goals and assists is like a deodorant. It masks the bad smells. Yeah, you know. You can't tell that the person actually sinks because why they've got deodorant on.
No, but to be honest, I do agree with everything you said, though. Because, like you did mention, during the pre-season, there's so much that we were expecting from the way we played. But there's something that I've said, and I'm going to say again. When we played with younger kids, they didn't care who we faced. They were quite playing better with a structure. They had more flares with them. But as soon as these players start coming back from the World Cup, the structure itself changed. But against Milan, I could clearly tell this distinct difference when Bruno was in the team than when them kids were playing. And that's where we lost against Milan. And if you look and tell, I've been one of the biggest Bruno glazers. Let me just say this. At least I think we need to keep him. I think he should retire the club. But if we expect him to win any major trophy with Bruno Fernandes, I don't think that's ever going to happen. And it was after the AC Milan match that came to a realization. I was like, nah, it's not happening. It was just a friendly, but I took a lot and I learned a lot about an individual person. Like Jerome mentioned, he gave the ball away 22 times. Imagine if we kept that ball for the next 22. What we could have done. And the one thing that I got to emphasize on, we desperately need to replace Casemiro type of player. We all saw that we missed Casemiro in the middle. I like Santos. I think he's going to do great. The same way I think of Talisman, the same way I think of Santos. But Bruno has to go on the bench. He's old anyways, footballing age. Let's just be real. He could work, give anything, but we need a young leg in the middle. He is creative. If they make an example, someone that plays like Pogba, that scores, even Ray King, someone that got them attribute that can lead at the same time, not just individual statistics. You lost a GA. I don't care about that. But like Jerome said, he needs to step up.
Yeah, and it's on the club to decide to start investing in a proper number 10 or give the young boy Shea Lacey or someone from the under 21 academy an actual chance to play in that position, because this guy gives the ball away far too many times. And those dummies as well. When he's doing the dummies, what upsets me the most is that did you look before you do it? Did you look before you do it? Because if you looked, you would have known that talisman never read what you was going to do.
He needs to stop freestyling.
He thinks they were training. He thinks they were training.
Yeah, see all the dummies and all those dummies, all those tricks and stuff. That's something that the players around you should be aware that you're gonna do. That you stuff like that you practice in training and stuff. But it looks like when he's doing it, the other, like you said, the other player's not aware that he's doing it, and they're not in the right position because
he doesn't look. He didn't look.
He's just doing anything. There's no. That's what I kept saying. There's no cohesion. He's just
and they disrupt the team itself from moving forward, and which causes pressure on the team to defend. I don't know if you noticed something that happened in the second half. Whenever he lost the ball, we had more players running back, and if you saw Cunha and Buema on 20 stage, they were tired because they got to defend more than, which I think they did very poor job with. I was just upset to see my forwards defending a lot. And this always happened when the midfield loses the ball or we got like a set piece against us. Other players, they lose the ball a lot as well. I could say Talisman did. Because the second goal was partially his fault as well. Because he lost the ball and he kicked the player, which they get a free kick off from the foul that he caused. But as a midfielder, we've all been watching football for more than a decade. We've seen some of the greatest. One thing they were good at is keeping the ball. It's keeping the ball. Like, we need someone to keep the ball. And I noticed that. That's why I said Bruno would never win us any major trophy. He does not keep the ball. We need a player that keeps the ball, a player that can read the ball. I can say in recent years, go get Herrera. Like, as much as he wasn't too physical, but this in Mimoto, I've seen better. This ain't good enough.
You know what the problem with Bruno is that he's too fixated on getting GA. I think successful United teams of the past, they didn't care about scoring records, GA.
What about this?
They just played for the badge and played to win. They didn't care about their own individual records. Well, because Bruno keeps focusing on GA, it's affecting the team.
He is a good player. He is a very good player. It's just like the same reason why we all liked Amron when he came, but at some point in time we disliked him because the consistency of sticking to one thing. Even when you found it so difficult to move forward, you could have just tweaked something a little bit. And we all know, when he changed the system, we won. Why go back to the old thing? Whenever Bruno wants to play consistent football or good football, plays with the team, we always win. And he always does something magical. It's probably quiet throughout the game. But some way, somehow, he makes something happen. That's because he's playing collectively. But whenever he wants to do all these little dummy things in the pitch, you're disrupting the team to go forward, which means players have to run back, come out of position. And that's how we be losing games. How many games have we lost? Got to do with how he plays in the middle.
Just to add to that, like every time he loses the ball, all these dangerous positions, and our forwards have to track back and stuff. It's tiring. Having to keep running back, chasing the ball all the time. And imagine the players are not even match fit, and have to keep running back. They must have been knackered.
100%.
That's why it's so important to keep the ball.
Show the pitch, and this leads me on to the manager as we're about to venture into Michael Carrick. Is that I question. Our manager's telling Bruno Fernandes, "Can you stop doing that, please?" Like because they persist with playing him. They don't take him off. They know that he's the problem, but they don't take him off. It's like I want a manager that can tell Bruno, "Can you stop that, please? Otherwise, I'm going to bench you. Like keep the ball." I would love to have a manager that will go to the press and say, "I've told Bruno to stop that. Now I'm benching him." Like because they're not doing it, and he's been doing it for years and years, and I'm there thinking, simplify your game. Like, who has anyone told you to simplify your game? Even has no disrespect, but has your wife told you to simplify your game too? Because if she loved you, she would have told you, babes, I love you very much, but you give the ball away too much. That's if she understands
football too.
I hope she does. I hope she's that match. I hope she is a football fan.
She got married to a professional footballer.
Exactly. So you should be invested. You should be invested exactly in the game and the sport. I know some footballers' wives don't watch the game, but I'm assuming for her, I'm sure she's been investing into her career and watched the game, and she loves football. And this will be nice to have those wives that actually watched the game and told you were shit today. And yeah, you give the ball away too much. You need to be better. But let's talk about Michael Carrick, because he brought that team in, that false nine again that never works for Manchester United. Like, what upsets me the most about Michael Carrick is that you had 2 strikers on the bench. You had 2 strikers on the bench. You was playing against a whole team that was physical. You decided to play Cunha, Dorgu, and Mbuemo, who were not going to get into the fight against the 2 centre backs, who are not going to jump in the air and head the ball, despite Manchester United crossing the ball to players who would not do anything in the air. And you had Xerxes. As bad as Xerxes is at times when he lost to drop back, but at least he's a striker. He'll get into that position that he needs to get to and score the goals. And that's what makes me question this manager's like, you have strikers on the bench.
You know what? I think
and you put Marcus Rashford on before you put a striker on, an actual striker. That's what makes me question this Michael Carrick guy. I have my reservations. I still got 4 games to impress me. But let's talk about him.
The funny thing is, I think Carrick's hands might be tied a bit, with the strike situation. I think in his defence, I think Sesko, he hasn't really had a pre-season, in it, so he's probably thinking just keep him on the bench, only bring him on if I'm really, really desperate, which he was in the end. And when Sesko came on, to be fair, Sesko didn't really do anything. Zertsky looks like he's certain to leave the club. Probably that's why he's not even playing. I think they're just waiting for Juventus or Napoli or someone from Italy to come up with the money to sell Zertsky, because I think United are just trying to sell him. They're not trying to do no loan nonsense. I think they've had enough of all of that. They're just trying to get the money and then reinvest it to the club. And then who else was there on the bench? I think those are the main 2, Xerxes and Sesko. So I can see why he didn't play them. And with the Rashford situation, I slightly think the club would probably still be open to selling Rashford if a bid from a big club came in and Rashford was open to going, because let's be honest, I don't rate Rashford, but in all honesty, in normal cases, he should really be starting ahead of Diogo.
Yeah,
I don't think
100%.
Yeah, I don't think in normal cases Diogo starts ahead of Rashford. So that tells me that there's still some internal politics in terms of whether Rashford's going to stay or go. So I can't understand Carrick's position in terms of why he didn't start any of them and why he went for the false nine situation. But I think once this transfer window shuts and we know exactly who's staying, then by then Sesko should hopefully be fit and ready to start up front. Dorgu should be on the bench. I hate to say it, but if Rashford stays, then he's probably going to need to start really on the left. Unless Cunha is going to be on the left. But Cunha should always be ahead of Rashford naturally. But depending on where Cunha plays, that might leave room for Rashford to be on the left. But yeah, Dorgu shouldn't be starting. He's not good enough. He's a squad player. He's not good enough to be starting. Well, I can understand the team selection from Carrick. With him, I'm just more concerned with the fitness of the team.
Jerome, I can't understand his team selection, especially with the false nine, because the reason why is because he done the same thing in pre-season when playing the Bremer up front, and you had Xerxes on the bench, and you was never going to play these youngsters in the actual competitive game. So why are you telling me you're not playing Xerxes? Because why? You want to sell him? Okay, sell him, but don't you think you'll get more interest if he's actually playing and probably getting some goals in? True. Yeah. So maybe I can't understand him, because again, you started youngsters ahead that were never going to play in the first game of the season. So for me, it was poor. Like in fact,
availability, it's poor.
Yeah, in fact, if you was going to play, you could have played Xerxes, Cunha, and Bremo, and have Dorgu on the bench. If he really wanted to go for it against Hull, but he didn't. He decided to go for Dorgu, Cunha, and what's his name? Bremo.
I'm just thinking.
I just can't understand his team selections, man. I can't, because I'm questioning the the Martinez not starting because you started Cunha. Cunha just came out from the World Cup. Yeah, of course, Cunha played two preseason games, a couple of minutes, yeah. But again, you play your best 11. You play your best 11 and your strongest players as well in the right position. This false 9 thing, I hate it when Manchester United do it because it doesn't look good. It never works. And again, you saw it against Hull. They were crossing the ball to who? To who? Who's going to jump in the air and head it? It's not Cunha, it's not Baleba. They're all short. No disrespect. Dogu's not strong in the air. You go for Xerxes. If you're going to play this style of football and cross the ball, whip it in, because I saw some good crosses. I saw some decent crosses. But to nobody went in the box. All these guys decided to do is drop back. Cunha was dropping back all the time.
Mm-hmm.
When we needed a striker to
was always in
they
the
weren't
defense.
there. They weren't there.
That's why I didn't see the players always track back when we lose the ball. You know, forwards are tracking back. I saw Mbeumo a lot trying to defend the ball in the half. And why? I understand you're saying, but why not start Šeško? He didn't go to
start him. He just needs 60 minutes.
Why not start Šeško? He's too.
Don't tell me about Max.
He's physical.
Mm-hmm.
He's good.
Yeah, I think it's because he hasn't really been. Yeah, he's been injured, isn't it? I think.
Who cares? My example is Declan Rice last week came back. His first game was against Manchester City for about 30 minutes, and then his first actual game he started against Coventry and played 60 minutes and came off. Why don't you do the same thing with Šeško? All he needs is 60 minutes. He doesn't need to play the full game.
Give him 50.
Yes.
Take him up for the first half.
Yeah. And then bring him
up later? Why bring him up late? Just leave him on the bench.
That's what makes you question Michael Carrick.
Just leave him on the bench.
If
you want to play Šeško, bring him on in the first half. Let him start. He's the main man.
Well, one thing for sure, Carrick is now under immense pressure after just one game.
Yeah, no. For me, it's not just after one game. I've had my reservation from the start of January up to now that I was never convinced with Michael Carrick being the manager. Big up Ems who's Carrick in. I'm supporting him as well. He says Jerome and Ivorian Spice negative as always. No, I'm just being honest. Like your guy, Michael Carrick, is not the one. And he's not making bold decisions. He's not going upstairs. Because let's talk about Michael Carrick. He's not going upstairs. He's not going to the board members and saying, I want signings. Give me some signings. You put me in this position. Back me. And why are you just giving me 2 signings all the way in the whole transfer window? You know, where's my defender? You know, where's my centre back? You couldn't even take off Bruno and played him 9 minutes. Yeah, where's my Casemiro replacement? I never asked for Andros Santos. I thought we was getting Chouameni. You went to get Andros Santos. I wanted a proper DM. Okay, I got Andros Santos. Where's the third the midfielder that you promised me? Not at the start of the season. You know, we still haven't got that completed. You know, where is my second striker that I asked for? Why is the guy said, I'm happy to take Rashford back? That's what tells me he's a yes man. He's a pussy.
And Maguire still starting in Manchester United.
Exactly. So why has he not gone to the board and said, "Where's my new left back?" I've been reading the newspaper that you guys are looking for a left back. Yeah. So where are they?
I think Carrick's just happy to be there. Happy to be
exactly. That's the problem I have there as well.
That's the biggest issue. We would never go
That's forward. Scary. I don't want that anymore.
Like, obviously, I wouldn't want Mourinho to come back because the football's just dead. Mm-hmm. If Mourinho was the manager, he would have made a lot of noise this summer. So that we need this,
but we need it. Yeah, but we needed that.
We would have made sure that the whole world knew what United needed.
But, and that's what scares me.
I still believe in Michael Carrick. I think with the right people behind him, he could change things around. Because there's the mentality in someone that plays at the club and knows the club. But that managerial side of things, I got a big doubt. I just hope it takes the best advice from all these advices that's getting from whoever he speaks to.
And let me tell you something.
The new Premier League season with this mentality.
and let me tell you something, yeah. M says no, he's ain't happy. I think his things are going to change. No, the guy said it that he's happy with the squad. He said the squad has balance. I was watching the whole preseason matches. He was interviewed. He said we have a very good balance in the team. Where is it, bro? We never saw that on Saturday. He said he's happy with the squad that he's got. He's happy to take Marcus Rashford back because why? He knows the club ain't gonna do jack shit. They're not gonna sign another left winger for him because he's just a yes man. They're probably telling him that you should be happy to be the Manchester United manager. You should just be happy to be the Manchester United manager. Just shut up and go and do your job. Instead of having an actual manager that says, you know, I'm one of the best managers in the world. Yeah. You know, I've got a style of play. You know, you need to start signing players. Otherwise, I'm going to leave. And I'm going to put you in the worst position you can ever be in. Yeah.
I'll be honest. Carrick, great interim, but to take us to the next level.
When the going gets tough, we all said this squad can't challenge. This squad is not the squad that you were supposed to have when you were in the Champions League, you know. That's one thing about Manchester United that annoys me is that when you're out of the Champions League, you'll spend 300 million. But when you're in the Champions League, you'll spend 150 million. When you're supposed to be spending 300 million.
Is this honestly something, yeah? I think whenever we got someone that close to the club that comes to manager class, the interim manager, there's this pattern that the players are different. Everyone plays. And the one thing I noticed is it because they always go back to that 4-1-3-2 of tactics? Because you know that tactics that formation give them we play like freestyle football. And whenever we play that freestyle football, everyone plays better. So whenever these managers trying to start like a new chapter or new something and go into something different, have you not noticed we always struggle to get used to this new formation or new tactics that these managers do?
Easy to answer. The board don't buy you what you need to play your philosophy. 100%.
Because it's just a pattern. Like I can go back since before only, even when you had Mourinho, I can go back. But whenever they give these players that freestyle football, brother, we're good.
But it's not sustainable. Freestyle football is not sustainable.
Exactly.
It won't win you the trophies. It can win you for now, and you can get a cup. But if you want to challenge for the Premier League,
for how many years now? I'm tired. I'm tired of freestyle.
Exactly,
football.
That's the same thing for Oli till we got found out. And how many games did he lose? That everyone's that we kept losing. We didn't even win. We just drop, lose.
Yeah,
because we got found out.
You're saying behind the scenes is different. I don't believe behind the scenes is different because if it was behind the scenes,
he chose the club, he chose the job, he chose the role. So I don't care about behind the scenes. He signed
a contract behind the scene. Yeah, if there was actually something behind the scenes, I'm surprised because I told you in the group chat that it seems like the Man United owners haven't done their homework. Because if there was things happening behind the scene, we want to be stuck on Yuri Tillman and Andros Santos. We would have had 5 or 6 players in, and top other players being sold, and be told it's time to pack your bags. Like Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, we love you, but we don't believe you can play 2 games a week. It's time for you to go or bring in a player to actually challenge his position and replace him.
This feels like the 3rd or 4th season running where we're buying players after when the season started. So it looks like we're panic buying every single season because we're just indecisive.
Preparation.
We're moving too slow and being unprepared.
Big up Matt who says Carrick is not the man. Yeah, I don't believe.
I still believe in him. I just think there's a lot of job. There's a lot of work to do. I still believe in Carrick, but it's the late preparation. Some way, somehow,
I think he can still get top 4.
We could all agree now. The way we started, I don't see top 4. That's what I did see is the last.
Yeah, he can get top 4, but I think what we need from Carrick is a style of play, controlling games, and a cup run, and top 4.
The players decent. The players not superstars, but they're decent players that can win games and play good football. Because one thing that I asked my little brother that day on Saturday, I said, name me one player from Hull City that you know. That got name behind them. Name me one.
I don't know. I couldn't name you. I couldn't name that one player.
I recognize Sammy Ajayi because he was in the Premier League.
Yeah,
and he's Nigerian.
He was he the main guy for his club?
No, he went for Sunderland. Was it for Sunderland?
I can't remember which club he played for before Sammy Ajayi. I can't remember.
Is this?
Final.
Good. So but this is what I'm saying. And if we're going up against these type of teams, yeah, that just wants to win, Why, as a manager, not change your tactics? Or sometimes tactics couldn't even help you against some opposition.
Which good thing you said tactics, because guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Where was the tactical flexibility of Michael Carrick against that team, against Coventry, when they were getting
I'm getting at.
exposed throughout the whole 90 minutes?
This is what
You're
I'm
right.
getting at. This is
He
what I'm
doesn't
getting
have
at.
that. He doesn't
We
have
did not
that.
have it.
Mhm.
We did. I'm like, and it's so disappointing to like you starting the new season. Like at least you see the Liverpool manager. We could say yes, Newcastle was all over Liverpool, but there were glimpses of what we could say he's trying to do for Liverpool. If as much as I don't like these other clubs, but I'm saying as a manager that comes to a new club, you want to implement something different. I can see that glimpse. And if the club get used to what he's trying to do, they should be all right, better than us. That's the tactical side of things. What have you seen from the preseason? What have you? What can you point? Like you see when you go on your map, see you going home from a nightclub, in the pin drops. What can you drop your pin on that we could on this manager? And when you said something
in that game.
scary,
Nothing.
that's what's scary.
Yeah.
I do
man.
trust the manager based on the things that's got, the people that's got around him, and I believe if you're gonna land on the job, make sure you've got the right people behind you. And Manchester's not a club that you want to land. You want to come and say, let me do an internship. It would never work.
Mm-hmm. We've had that before.
I don't think
we've had that before.
We've seen what he did for us last season after the Amon saga and everything. Let's give him some time. Hopefully,
I'm definitely giving Carrick time. My only concern is that as an English manager that played in the Prem for how many years? Probably about 14 years, I think, because he played for Spurs as well before he moved to us. For West Ham, Spurs, and United. So you would have thought he knows the Prem. He knows how it is for newly promoted sides to come up. So I think he should have prepared the team better. If it was a foreign coach that doesn't know the Prem, people would be saying, "Oh yeah, he doesn't know what the Prem's about. He should have prepared them. How are going to be up for it? Newly promoted."
Exactly.
But we expect Carrick to know that. We expect Carrick to know that already.
Preparation.
You expect him to know about the first game of the league, because we were expecting players to run effort. At least put that effort in, but they didn't put that effort in.
And he was managed under Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yep.
He knows how to play these type of games. We've never lost to a new promoted team in the Premier League ever in the history.
Yeah, for 40-something years. So he's there breaking negative records. Let's dwell from Michael Carrick and let's move on to Baleba before we end the show as well. Manchester United finally announcing their third player to come into the first team. I'm not even excited anymore because I expected this to be completed way before we got to the show. Come on. They told us that the medical was on Saturday. Bro, it's Monday and it's 9 o'clock. He had his medical on Saturday. He's supposed to announce it at 8 a.m. on Monday, bro. But no, you're taking too long. You want to do that tomorrow? I'm ready. See, this is what Manchester United did. They just suck the excitement out of every transfer window. Like but again, let's bring it to Baleba. And again, it's not like he's going to play the next game because he's injured. The other 2 more weeks. This is what Manchester United do. You know, they
crazy.
They give you small excitement, you know, cheap thrills. I call it cheap thrills. You know, oh, I'm excited, but he's injured. I'm not going to see our new shiny toy. It's like buying a new shiny toy and you didn't buy the batteries.
You buy battery, go wait till next week.
Yeah, to buy the batteries.
To go back
the
to
next
town
day.
to get battery.
Yeah, you have to wait a while until you get the battery so the toy can work. But let's have a look. I know it's going to be a good signing, but for me, it's not enough. But I'm hoping that Baleba can bring some steel into that midfield of Manchester United. Whether I don't know which pair is going to play because you've got Kobe Mainoo, you've got Tillesman, you've got Andre Santos, and now you've got Baleba. I don't know whether he's going to be the starting midfielder. We shall see because I don't trust Carrick. We'll see. But what's your guys' thoughts on the Baleba transfer?
Yeah, I'm happy with the signing, to be honest. I honestly think that he wasn't our first choice. He was our first choice last summer, but not this summer, because if he was our first choice, we would have got him in June. So it looks like United were a bit indecisive on who to bring in. I think they wanted Tonali, but obviously he went to Spurs. United didn't want to spend that much, so they've tried to go down the cheaper option. And in their heads, they think that they got a bargain on Baleba because they quoted over 100 M's last year.
Yeah.
So if you look at it like that, they feel that they've got a good deal out of it. I think he's going to be definitely a good sign because he categorically wants to come to Man United. So I reckon that when he comes and he's fit, he's going to give his best for the club. So that's why I'm more optimistic with him. It's not like getting Tchouameni or Camavinga from Real Madrid. They don't want to leave their clubs and they're coming to United because Real Madrid don't want them. And it kind of makes it look like a Di Maria situation where they might be a bit half-hearted. But at least Baleba is going to come here with full enthusiasm and full energy to do well for the club. So that can really benefit us in midfield. Give us that steal, give us the legs, give us the protection. It's all going to be box to box. And hopefully that kind of negates any of the nonsense that Bruno might be doing on the pitch. Having Baleba there. As he might be, maybe I'm a bit far-fetched, but he could end up being like as important as Kante was for Chelsea and Leicester. That's if he's a successful signing because of how much presence he has in midfield. But time will tell. Like, I'm saying all these positive stuff, but I'm trying to be as positive as I can be. I'm just hoping that the signing shows because so far the window's been underwhelming, to say the least. And we still need more players to come in.
The worst, man. Now we've got championship team. I mean, not even championship, newly promoted team that's outspent us. You know, and we're the ones that need to be challenging on all four fronts. We're supposed to be challenging this season, you know. We're supposed to be spending heavy to assemble a team. Champions League football. And we're going to take this team to Champions League. Oh no. I am worried about the humiliation we can receive from in the Champions League and even the lower teams in the Champions League. We will struggle. And we saw that when it was Eric Ten Hag who took his Manchester United into the Champions League with Onana there, and you know, Copenhagen, Bayern Munich, Galatasaray. We saw that. We saw how badly Manchester United struggled and then got relegated into out of I think either out of Europe or into the Europa League.
Out of Europe.
You finished bottom. Yeah, out of Europe altogether.
Wow. See what I'm saying? Yeah, so it could be the same thing. It could end up being out of Europe again because there's no relegation to the Europa League. It's either you qualify for the playoff or the last six. I mean, there's either the second round or the playoff, and that's it. If you don't make it, then that's it. Out of Europe.
At least.
I'm happy about the signing though. The reason I'm happy because I did say this a few weeks ago, like 5 to 6 weeks ago, to my brother and a few people. I was like, if I was United, why not go sign Baleba? Because why go sign Anderson and all these other people? And the same reason I gave is what happened. I said we could have him on a discount. He's a player that always wanted to come play for United, like Jeremy mentioned. You know he likes the club. He was going to give us a little push to spend less. And we could have taken that money. If we'd done this earlier, though, we could have taken whatever change we got left, invest into someone else, add more quality into the team. But why go for all these other names, Tonali, this, when he was the number one target last season?
Yeah.
And it was just me thinking. I was like, go get Baleba. And eventually it happened. Obviously, that's what I asked for, but it's how I'm getting it. I'm not happy about. Let's just say the one midfielder I wanted this summer transfer window was Baleba. And I got him. I didn't care about Tonali. I didn't care about the other players. That's who we wanted. We've all seen what he's done. So if there was a better chance to get him on the cheaper, why not go take him? But I don't know. I was even thinking about something this afternoon. I see United and moving like a girl who just started falling in love, but got other niggas around her, telling her, "Oh, you beautiful, you know, and you're fine. I can do this for you." You know, then it become a bit skeptical. Do I have to continue this relationship or give this or give chance to this other guy? That's what we're doing now.
Took it to the girlfriend saying, I don't know which guy I should go
I
for.
don't know, like that's what we're doing, brother. And it's upsetting. So imagine if you're one of them guys that want to take this girl serious. It hurts you. And this is what they're doing to the fans. Because we're the ones that want to take you serious. We ain't even got a choice. So like, hopefully it works. But I always love going into the new season with optimism. Like something that, because you lot know I'm always positive about things. But that loss this weekend was like for me, it's not even a sucker punch. It's a KO. It just took a lot from me. And I have to go back to
United tried to destroy my Saturday.
Yeah,
They tried to destroy it.
It did for me. I saw it coming, but you know when it actually happens,
you did say
I did say that. I saw it coming, but you just every moment I walked, I just shake my head. When I went to the toilet, I just went, oh, this team. And I went to have dinner. I was like, it's like every time I get a moment to just pause and think, it's Man United that hits my head, and I'm thinking, oh. I go to church, I sit down, I'm praying, then I realize that Man United lost as well. Like it's so annoying, man. It's
you know, the funny thing is, if United lost or we played well, I would have been pissed.
Yeah, there'll be some positive
lost and we played so poorly. That's what annoyed me. Didn't create any proper chances.
That
annoys me more than losing the game.
That's the first game, isn't it? Have you noticed 2 seasons in a row we losing the first games of the season? I just remember last year was against Arsenal.
Yeah, we do that.
We need to stop that. It's not good for mental health.
Every
start of the season losing games.
But Amon gave us good performance though. We were pleased.
Yeah, we played all right. Like even though we lost against Arsenal, we played
was a better team.
It wasn't like
We was a better team against Arsenal.
This it's not even I'm being honest. It's not even on the same level.
Yeah.
If this is under 40%, I'm gonna say 60 because we did good. We didn't just cut it. But this weekend, it's just like Jerome mentioned. If we were to play good, fairs, but it's just the performance and see the people that you hope that could change things for you.
Yeah, we also lost the first game of the season against Ten Hag as well. We got battered. Same with Louis van Gaal as well. I don't know if Mourinho lost his. I think Mourinho probably won his first game.
He did win the first games.
Yeah.
He won the first game.
Yes.
Van Gaal, did we win?
No, we got piped. We got piped.
We got It was against
Swansea and Leicester.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, even though Mourinho won his first couple of games, he finished 6th.
But at least it was. Yeah. But this defeat this week, hopefully, they say sometimes let the bad things happen first. I'm just gonna be optimistic. Maybe that's what it is. But if this was if we continue that performance, we got a very season to look forward to. Like it's gonna be so bad that it's Ivorian. Don't worry. Hopefully it gets bigger for the right reasons. But we're always gonna come every Monday.
4 or 5 players for that to happen.
No, we need to. And to be honest with you, the manager, I think the club needs to help the manager. And I actually pointed out to my brother the other day during the pre-season against Milan. I said, why do we have? I don't have nothing against Evans, but Evans is, I don't know, he was at the club, one of the someone that works with players, fairs. But when the people that that got 10 years, 15 years experience in the Premier League, not someone that just retired yesterday, coming back in. I don't have nothing against Evans.
You're better, 100%. Work experience.
But
internships.
No.
We're doing this again.
Get me someone experienced.
Jobs for the boys.
If you want him to work, let him work as a deputy or as an assistant to that person. They can learn on the job.
Yeah.
But giving them the position itself, it's disappointing.
And do you know what? I was quite surprised that I thought Manchester United added Vidic to the start.
That's what hurt.
That's why I thought, but it never happened. Like, I'm surprised that Michael Carrick has not added to his stuff. He's not there. Did you see him on the bench? You know, I read that. Or Man United or speaking to Village to bring him into the coaching.
I heard it too.
But never happened. Yeah. Never happened. I'm disappointed in Carrick that he hasn't added to his coaching stuff. Because guess what? You got away with it last season. You got the job. I would have thought, okay, now you got the job. Yeah. Add some depth into your coaching team. You know, you brought this squad with you, and they stay with you. But add some actual experience and quality depth of coaches who can actually improve your team. Look at us now. We was very good at set pieces against Hull. The set pieces were. This wasn't there. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the set piece coach.
Set pieces goal in the first game of the season. Just running out.
So yeah, it's defending it as well. Like, where was the set piece coach for ours teaching them how to defend these things? So you better add not just players but coaches. That's what it looks like to me now. And cojones. You need some cojones, because you need to go upstairs and tell these owners that you need to sign the players, the quality players that we need. We've got news on Balde, Barcelona left back. Again, another player that doesn't really want to leave Barcelona, but if Barcelona tells him he needs to go, then he will happily go. What's your thoughts on the Barcelona left back? He's a good player, though. Top player.
He's definitely a good
way better than Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
It's just that, again, we're in that predicament of, I'm happy at Barcelona, but if they tell me I need to go, then I will go. But that's not what we want to hear.
Yeah, that's my concern. I don't want people coming in that are half-hearted. I want to come in and give everything for the shirt. Because if we don't have that, then Luke Shaw's going to end up still being the first choice, and that's not. We don't want that. So I reckon the deal's going to happen because Barcelona need the money. Because it looks like there's going to be some.
Yeah, they need the money. They need to do the money. That's what they get.
They need that money. So that plays into our hands. We could get him for a good deal.
Yeah, hopefully.
Barcelona, they're trying to get forward him. So let's see what happens. But I'll be happy with him. I'll be honest.
I'm not bothered about the comment that he made, though. Because you know what it is? It's football. Everyone does it. I've seen players kissing every club they go to, they kiss the badge. So, for me, that don't mean nothing. For him to come in, wherever he comes with.
Yeah, but you know that he's coming half-hearted. He's coming because he's been told to leave.
That's what I'm saying. Half-hearted. I hope it works.
I hope so too.
Sometimes you might go into situations that we're not sure about, we're not certain. But somehow, from the first week and the second week, we get used to things. We see things in different perspective. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm just being optimistic because as it is right now, I would accept anyone that's better than Luke Shaw.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's time to change. It's time for that fresh faces in the defense as well, and in the other positions as well. I'm shocked that the club has not sold Xerxes if they're trying to sell him. I don't know what they're waiting for, and bringing a second striker. What do we need to wait for? Like, my birthday is like in a week's time. That's when the transfer window closes, bro. Yeah, next week, bro.
Hopefully, we've got two signings.
Yeah, 1st of September is 11 p.m. 1st of September is the deadline. Yeah, and we've only signed 2 players throughout the whole summer. People keep telling me, "I really Spice, you forgot about the other people." I don't care. They're not real signings. They don't impact the first team.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Anyway, final thoughts. Let's go over our final thoughts before we end the show. Let me start with you, Jerome. Your final thoughts before we end.
My final thoughts are: it's been a very disappointing start to the season, and I'm hoping for a big reaction at home to newly promoted Ipswich on Sunday. If we can't win that convincingly, then I'm going to have more concerns on whether Carrick's going to actually see October, let alone September. Because that's 2 promoted teams. You got to get 3 points in the next game. The pressure's on massive now. It's not like Liverpool. Liverpool played Newcastle away. That's difficult. Tough. We just played newly promoted Hull and got pammed. We can't be struggling against Ipswich at Old Trafford. So, yeah, the pressure's on now.
Yeah, and Carrie, don't forget that Man United fans' train got cancelled as well during the whole season. They were probably they had to stay behind and get trolled. That is peak, you know. Your team is losing 2-0 and you hear we're turning on that the train to Manchester is being cancelled. What if you're thinking about leaving the game at 2-0 thinking that I need to go home? I've had enough of this. You can't even go home. You can't even take the next train.
Man United had a
That's
bad
the way.
weekend, put it that way.
Yeah, Man United
It was just
fans
a
and
bad
Man
day.
United.
It was just a bad day. It was just a bad day in general.
That's salt to the injury, bro. Final thoughts.
Me, I would say I went into the season with optimism. Whatever happened this weekend killed me. But obviously, I hope that we can transform ourselves from this and go into the season, because we don't just play one competition. I hope Carrick can do something. Like, I know you're looking forward to the next game. That's important. It's the long term I'm thinking about, and that's what scares me. But hopefully, the owners can do something, because we're playing a lot of games this season. It's not like last season. We just played one single match every week. This season is different, and that's what scares me. With less quality, less body, or less people on the bench, quality on the bench, it's going to be a difficult season. But we got good quality players as well that I believe they could change games in any time, any minute. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just in the middle.
For me, my final thoughts is, bruh, Michael Carrick, if he doesn't win that next game against Ipswich, I'm ready. I will say it loud and proud. Carrick out. That's what I will do. That day against Ipswich, because it's a no-brainer. It's a winner. It's a guaranteed winner. But if you can't and you struggle and
There's going to be booze at Old Trafford. If we lose that game, there's going to be booze.
I don't want to hear that we scraped 1-0. I don't want to watch a match that we scraped it 1-0. I was told you now, you ate the one, but I need to see signings. So that's my final thoughts. Is I hope that Michael Carrick does well in the next game. Yeah, I know we lost our heads in the first game, and it's crazy and it's wild, but I understand if people have. I have also lost my head too, because we wasn't expecting to get embarrassed like that. Like at least we thought it was going to be tough, but we didn't expect it to be that easy for Hull. That's the problem. Yeah. So anyway, guys, smash that like button, share across all social media platforms. I'm back live 4:15 for the watch long against Ipswich, where it's D-Day. It's an important game for Michael Carrick, and it's D-Day for him to get that 3 points, because I want to be celebrating and then go out with my missus, because it's couples night for the church that I go to, that they've organized, and enjoy my couples night after the game. I don't want to be sitting at the dinner table that I've paid for, all frowning and miserable and angry and upset. Yeah, while other couples are smiling, and me and my own couple, I'm just pissed off. I don't want that on a Sunday. So please make it a good Sunday for me and my wife, please. Anyway, guys, smash that like button, guys. Share across all social media platforms. We're back again next week, Monday. Deadline day is around on Tuesday, but we will be here on Monday to discuss the game against Ipswich. As always, remember to keep it united if you can. But most importantly, remember to keep it Red United. We are out. We'll see you next week. Peace.